Yeah, I believe we are live. At least my Hangout says we're live. So for this stream, we are gonna talk about the year 2018, what we've seen in regard of 3D printing and prints we've done as favorites, and what we have seen in the industry in 3D printing, and what we've seen or found interested on what other people are doing. But for starts, I'm gonna do a round of introductions. I'll start with you, Kat. So if you do yours.
Hi everyone, my name is Katja, aka Cat3D. I have a small YouTube channel since more than 1 year now, and I'm doing a little bit of everything. The newest topic I'm showing or talking about is printing with resin. So recently I started printing lots of small parts that I'm also gonna cast in the future. So I will also show the workflow regarding that. But I also do other things like printing or creating things that also include other topics like knitting or crocheting, you know, like crossover projects. And I also love practical printing. Okay, next one.
Yeah, thank you. Dawn, if you would do yours.
Yeah, hi, I'm Don, also known as the German 3D printing nerd. My main topics are everything that it has to do with sci-fi models and dragons. Those are the main things that I love to print. Yeah, my channel's about a year old now, and I use the Hönow i3 in the past. It's being remodeled to a hypercube, which is right behind me. And I have the Hönow D9.
Yes, thank you. And Mia, if you do your intro and let people know where they can find you.
Hi, I'm Mia. Most people know me from Twitter as DasMia 3. And I'm doing mostly my own modeling. My prints are usually very colorful. I love glitter. I love multicolor prints. Yeah, and I'm doing little things like, I don't know if you can see those tiny holders for pictures or postcards. This is the next video I'm doing. And the rose, the big one, most of you maybe have seen on Twitter lately. I don't have it around me, but I can catch it later. Yeah, that's me. I'm new to this all. I'm sorry. I hope I'm doing okay.
Yeah, you're doing great. So welcome. It's your first stream, and it's nice to have you on. But I'm Marteinn. I have a channel called 3DP Iceland, and I do a little bit of everything. I do reviews of filaments and do regular reviews and testing on the maker boxes. Do video on each filament. Also pretty known for doing those landscapes. I print out landscapes of Iceland and paint them on either on streams or videos with time lapses. I've done a lot of those. I'm doing all kind of parts. My latest project was this huge X-wing, and I've done a YouTube video on that one. It's really high detail. It's 43 parts all glued together and painted. So it's quite a project. I just did a video on that one. I tend to do all sorts of things on my channel. I started my channel 1.5 years ago, mainly to document my process into getting into 3D printing. I didn't have a 3D printer 1.5 years ago, and just want to share my journey. So that's me. But I wanted for the start of the stream to go like a few rounds of questions, like on a roundtable form, and ask maybe one or two questions. So I will start with Kat. What do you think is your favorite project that you did on your own this year, and what was something that you learned in the process and such?
So the most challenging thing that I did this year was this handbag that I just showed you, and that maybe some of you already know. And the most interesting one is that I got into resin printing a bit more, and that I bought some of the equipment I still needed, because printing in resin is one thing, but then to transform it from resin into let's say chrome cobalt or into silver. That is a thing I do at work because I'm a dental technician, but doing it at home is a little bit different. You have to buy all this stuff, and it's quite cost intensive. So that is something that kept me busy.
Yeah, I saw your when you were preparing the items for your handbag at Earth.
Yeah.
And that's a cool project that you did.
that was very, very time consuming.
Yeah, you were cleaning out the supports from the small gaps in the print. Yeah, but it's nice to see the final result and how it all worked out, all the effort.
Yeah, I will bring it to Merv.
Yeah. Yeah, but moving on to Mia, what do you think was your personal favorite project of the year that you can share with us? What you've done?
My favorite project, it's really hard to say. I really loved working on Lasagnescape. This was for the community print of 2, where I built the diorama I called Lasagnescape because of Pecky. And I don't know, most of you might know it. There was this one print from Kilia Design. You have to put as a main model, and then a diorama all around it. And it took me very, very long to put it all together. And this was one of my most fun projects this year.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, thanks. But Dawn, what for you? What do you think was your favorite thing of the year?
My most favorite, I got extra here. This is the Star Hornet, Star Citizen Hornet. There was a lot of parts to it, and this was a collaboration with TK 3D Prints, because TK has a resin printer, which I do not have yet. He printed out like the landing gear for me, and also these cannons up here on top, because as I could see after I received them, there were little tubes on the side that are about 0.5 millimeter thick. And all the tubes that are on here, they could not have been done with a normal FDM printer. But this was my most challenging print. It took me about 3 weeks to print everything. And yeah, my next print, I'll have to get that 1 second. I just happened to finish that print up yesterday.
Yeah, okay. I think I know what that is. I look forward to see it.
Here are about 400 to 500 hours of printing.
Oh my goodness.
This thing is 85 centimeters long. This is the Battlestar Galactica TOS model that you can find in Thingiverse. And I just finished up yesterday printing the pods for it, mounted them today, did the little bit of filling that I had to do on it, primer painting and everything. That'll be done this coming year.
Yeah,
but
huge model.
Yeah, I started writing everything down. I mean, just for an example, this nozzle right here, this in orange, it took 72 hours to print. This white piece down here took 64 hours to print. And then there's something like 30, 36, 40 hours for each side here, another 30 here. I mean, we're talking about somewhere around 400 hours of printing time.
Yeah.
Just for this model.
Yeah, it's much bigger than I would have imagined.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll guess I'll ask myself what was my favorite thing of the year. Normally, my latest landscape that I'm doing, like I do the landscapes and I print them out, then I maybe took two or three models and painting them in one go. Sometimes just recording and sometimes doing a live stream. And usually that is my favorite print at the time, my latest landscape. But I started a project earlier this month and did this huge X-Wing model, switched cameras. This is absolutely my most awesome project ever done. It's like a 43 part model, all glued together and painted. And my printers, I have 3 printers printing away almost non-stop for a week. Then in 1 week or so after work, sanding and gluing together and then painting, and it's quite a lot of work, but it came out awesome, and I've gotten very good responses from the community on the model. So I would have to say this is definitely my personal favorite project of this year. I've never done like a prop like this before. I've done one other painting of a Thanos model that I'm giving away for Christmas, but doing like weathering and such, it's my first attempt to do a spaceship with paint and weathering and also all that. It was excellent fun. But maybe the next questions I want to go another round with you guys was what has been the most interesting things that you have seen from somebody else in the 3D printing community? What like projects or prints that you just saw over the year that you was just amazed about seeing, either the modeling or the print quality or such things? So if we start again with Kat, what do you think about what others have done?
Yeah, so the most fun thing I saw was the wavy vase movement, where everybody joined in. We had this craze of printing wavy vases.
Yeah.
And the most interesting project was the diorama from Mia. Yeah, because it blew me away, because she really created she not only created this diorama, but she created also a story. And as she just told me before we went online, she told us that she films everything with her phone, and she kind of moved in there. The ones that haven't seen it, I don't know if they can find it anymore. And I just told her she has to have a YouTube channel. She has to put that online, because she goes into the diorama and then she starts telling this nice story. It was really nice. I enjoyed that a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then switching over to you, Mia. What do you think about other people's projects that stood out in the year for you?
So many. What really stayed in my mind was the tiny, very very tiny layer slot that Valbot printed. It was just smaller than the tiny coin, and so much detail. It just fascinated me that such tiny details can still be seen in such a miniature.
Yeah, the resin printer can be extreme detail.
I never worked with the resin printer, and I'm just blown away by the detail and by the beautiful, so tiny things, so could be so great. That's
Yeah.
just fascinating for me.
Yeah, yeah, they can be amazing. The detail in the resin prints. It's maybe not very strong or practical things, but the detail in it is incredible.
Yeah, and I also love your handbag, Kat. It's great. I'm knitting myself, and I'm
Thank you.
I'm doing crochet and all those things,
Yeah.
and to combine it with 3D printing is so gorgeous. I love it.
You know, as I said, I encouraged you to be part of this stream because I think it's a mission. It should be a mission to just show the women that also we can do it. You know, we can use it for ourselves. We can do practical printing. Yeah, for instance, here this thing here broke off. So you know, this is the spatula for
Yep.
yeah. So I just went to Tinkercad because that's all I can use, and I made a new handle. You know, and we should show women, encourage women that it's so fun and that they can
Yes.
also do it. Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, and you, Don, what do you think about projects that you've seen?
Projects that I've seen, I can only mention one name, and that is Hero. Hero Designs. The full body concept from fantasy models that he makes are so amazing.
Okay. Could you write a link later or somewhere that we can?
Is it like a cosplay?
Cosplay, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Models that he has done and things that he's still working on. I mean, they're really amazing. And yeah, that's something. Well, if I had a 500 by 500 size printer here, I would be doing cosplay too.
Yeah. I haven't myself looked really much into cosplay or what people are doing in that regard, but I watched a few videos with Bill Doran on his channel. He's doing cosplay using 3D printing and all kind of methods to do prints. Can be quite amazing what people are doing.
I do have the full armor suit for a cosplay suit. Don't ask me from which figure. I can't remember the name. I have all the STL files here. Yeah, but yeah, let's say 50% of it could be printed on my 300 by 300, and then the rest of it would have to be printed on a 500 by 500 plate.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think for myself, it was the most memorable thing to take part in somewhat and see was the big community print at Earth, where people printed out like so big tiles of the Friday Hangout logo and sent over to Matt. And he was organizing the parts and getting the prints sent in, and then we glued everything together into a huge platter. It was like almost 2 meters wide or something. Matt can probably type in the dimensions, and seeing that taking form and seeing how everybody was helping out to do that project, sending in prints, and even some prints were forgotten at the home quite a while ago, and then we just posted out, or Matt posted out on Twitter, is anybody driving through this town? And I can't remember the name of it, and somebody responded, yeah, I'm going there after a few hours, and they picked up some parts that were forgotten and brought it over, and it was such a community coming together to do this. That I think was the most memorable thing for me this year in regard to prints. Yeah, Matt is posting it in feet. We are doing metric here in Europe, Matt. You have to calculate. But taking part in that, I was helping Matt out, arranging the parts and doing that. But seeing that come together as a final print, one one huge print that was probably my favorite. And in regard of like single prints that I've seen, I was really blown away by the reindeer that Walter at Country 3D did. He got a resin printer not so long ago, and he did some reindeers, and they were extremely detailed, and they looked so amazing because it was somewhat like transparent material. So the light was shining through the horns. They were so tiny and so high detail, and that blew me away to see detailed pictures of that. So I think those two were the things that I was thinking for myself that I stood out for the last year. But it's of course like all the vases and prints that Tom Filament Frenzy is doing. That's also amazing. He can take absolutely whatever and make it a work of art. So doing all kind of filaments and models, and those stand out also in my thinking. but moving on from like the personal thing, what do you think have you seen in regard of development of materials or hardware or printers this year that you saw that you didn't realize that was possible, or something? Like what did you say, like, whoa, this is truly happening? So if we go another round, starting with Kat, what do you think of that?
Yeah, I think this year the dual nozzle, or let's say multi-material printing, really got more and more important, and many companies they stepped into that. And what Filament Frenzy just recently did, this dual color base on the GTEC A10M, or what it's called, that really blew me away, because I also have a dual nozzle printer, but it's not working yet. But it's not my fault. It has some hardware problems. So I think this multi-material is getting more and more important, and I think this is also going to be something that will become more and more popular. More companies will step in and create maybe even their own techniques on how to print multicolor. And also the resin printers are becoming more and more popular. The prices are falling, so that the cost-wise, there are cheaper ones available in the meantime. So you don't have to pay a fortune to step into that technique. So I think those are two tendencies that will also be very important next year.
Yeah, those two parts were actually what I was having in mind.
Excuse me, Martin.
I have to rethink my situation again. But moving on to Mia, what do you think? Have you seen that technology-wise in this 3D printing space? What have you seen that blew you away?
Also, the color printing and dual nozzle, like the A10M that so many have, where you can mix colors. And also the electroplating that Dissingoff is doing. This is something really, really interesting. I know there are some filaments you can print with, which are mostly metal, and you can burn the plastics away, so you have a metal model instead. But what Dissingoff is doing is he's electroplating it somehow. This is something that was really, really interesting, and I hope this is something that will become more and more popular, because it's great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm in contact with him, and he always writing, and stay in contact, and it's gonna come out soon. And I'm waiting. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I want to put my hands on it.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's a crazy good results he's getting with this method. All those chemicals. Yeah, but for you, Don, what do you think?
I mean, the multi-material printing, yes, but what I really find interesting is in the area from resin printing, that they're starting to come out with resins that are being able to be washed and cleaned off with water instead of with an IPL cleaning that stinks the whole room up. I would say that is the breakthrough. And of course, the price for the resin printing is going down. Yeah. So maybe with a little bit of luck this coming year, I'll have a resin printer standing here with so-called water-based resins.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing that will make resin printer more feasible option for people. Like for me, I'm my small makerspace in the middle of a living room, one part of the living room, and I can't have my cat and my wife and son all soaked up in the fumes from the current resins and all that.
You know, so what I found out is because I'm working on several resins at the moment, and some of them stink more, some less. And what really bothers me is the isopropanol. That really stinks, you know. Yeah. And as Don just said, I'm also looking forward to trying one of those washables, and just to test it out, how the water maybe changes the appearance of the resin. Maybe it could be like a clear, and then after washing it would turn yellow, because that would be a reaction that I think would happen. So I'm looking forward to testing that too. Yeah, that would be much better.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, multi-material was probably what I was gonna think of, but going from that, maybe the all the kind of filaments and material options that are coming, seems to be endless amounts of different type of material people are starting to print from, and recycled plastic materials and filled with whatever, even beer residue or whatever to give it a smell, and it's quite a lot of filament. And I'm doing the MakerBox videos and getting all those filaments, like a small sample each month. Gives me a good idea of what's happening in that space. But also maybe something I haven't looked at a lot, but like industrial filaments, there are even now diamond dust filament to give extra properties with copper fill and all fiber and glass fibers and all those different types of materials. It's not so long ago people were talking about ABS and PLA for most parts, but now there's over hundreds of different types of filament probably that people can choose from, and finding a good use case for a filament. It's difficult to find the right filament because there are so many options. Gummy beer filament and gin filament and Coca-Cola filament. I see the chat is going. and also for those in chat, you can ask away if you have questions to the panel. Please just ask them away and I'll get them in. I'm thinking of like what we can ask if the panel. No, sorry, if the people in chat, they can also tell their stories of favorite prints and new things going on. So you're welcome to take part, and I'll try to catch up with the chat and read it out. Yeah, 3D Gusner is saying Belgium chocolate filament. That would be nice.
You know, I still have a roll of protopasta cinnamon lying around. I think I could send you some. It must be somewhere here hidden away in my rack. But that really, you know, it smells when you're printing it. It smells. The whole room smells like cinnamon. Later on, the smell disappears, but you can see the cinnamon particles when you hold it against the light. You can still see the cinnamon particles, and it's a really rigid filament. I really love printing with it.
So great. It's a shame they don't do that anymore.
I don't understand.
I had the cinnamon and I had the coffee filament.
Oh, really?
I'm all out of both.
Oh my God.
And I printed those little macarons. I don't know if you remember them.
Yeah.
With a cinnamon filament.
Oh, okay. So
and it was so hard not to eat them.
Yeah, I can imagine. So you already know that filament. That's great. Yeah.
So great.
Yeah, we got a question from Mia, from Tom. What got you into 3D printing, and what aspect of it excited you the most? So
I always, when I heard the first time from 3D printers, I wanted to have one. Just the idea to, create something yourself, imagine it, and it will just print, and you have that, was just great. Just do those things for yourself, and it's a great tool. And when I got my first one, it was a gift. It was the Anet A8.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Oh my God. You still have
Now
it?
printing.
You still have it?
It is printing now. It works. The first time I started it, all the rods were bent.
Oh my God.
The bed was bent, still bent, but I'm using a glass bed on top of it.
Oh my God.
So I changed all the smooth rods. I gave it another frame because this was bent too. Now I have a AM8, which really works. But it was a journey. But I learned a lot. That's the good side of it.
Yeah. So you assemble everything by yourself, and I think that's the way you learn really much about the topic as such. So if something happens to the printer, you know how to repair it. Am I right?
Exactly.
yeah, the ANETs can be quite a journey, to say the least.
And talking about a chocolate printer, I'm still waiting for one.
Yeah, I saw RC Live on Simon. He got a chocolate extruder.
Yeah.
He mounted on his Enter 3 or CR10 or something.
Yeah.
He spent half a year troubleshooting and getting it to work.
A company contacted me about a half a year ago in Facebook. Told me they saw my YouTube channel and if I would be interested in a chocolate printer. And I said, yes. And any other printer you have. Well, I'm still waiting for them to send me one.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But I'm not sure how long that chocolate's going to last after it's printed.
Yeah, it's gonna
make your belly grow.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I think I will just eat the chocolate before it goes into the printer. It won't make it to the printer.
There you go. I might have a problem with that too.
Yeah.
But I was asking them other questions. If that printer is not only able to print chocolate, if I could also put something like a gummy bear mixture into it and print with that, or other type of mixtures.
I think something like that is existing, isn't it? I think I saw something that can print like wine gums.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Joel telling? I think he had something.
Yeah,
like
I think he had. It was like the content was in like a syringe that was pushed down.
That was telling.
Yeah. So people are doing experiments. It wasn't really accurate prints he got, but it just pressed down on the syringe and moved a little bit, and it's quite funny.
Yeah, it's just for the fun of it, for the children to watch, I think. Huh?
Yeah, but that was the beginning. Just wait a little while, and I'm pretty sure those type of printers, they're going to be more exact and more interesting.
Yeah.
Somebody was asking if this is a bottle of vodka. No, it's just water. Water bottle. I'm working for a dental company, and recently I had my 20th jubilee, and I got this water bottle, refillable water bottle.
Yeah, but does it have vodka in it?
No. Otherwise, I would be like this already. Oh my God, no.
Gotta go looking from across the room. Okay, Matt, take care of yourself.
Yeah, yeah, it's Matt leaving. Yeah, see you guys.
So I have a question to you guys. What is your next project? If you if you want to share with us.
Yeah, for me, I'm printing away a Star Wars Star Destroyer. That's printing away. So that's my next project. I'm gonna paint that as well. But after I started with a X-wing, this one, I'm really hooked, and I'm probably gonna get the Millennium Falcon model. That's a like 70 something part project. It's huge in size, and if I'm gonna buy that model and print that, that will be quite a project, I think.
Oh my God!
So you know, Martin, you asked, and I think I saw you asking where you should put that stuff. You know, the model you just showed, because it's so big. Why don't you hang it from a fishing string from the ceiling, so it looks like it's flying? Because up above you, I think you should have some space to hang it on the ceiling, hanging down a little bit. That would look very realistic.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, like just putting a hook in the
something
ceiling,
like that.
have it,
Then you can have later. You can make a whole scenery. You know, when you go on printing that kind of stuff, and then later, you can put some LEDs on the ceiling, and then when you shut off the light, it looks like a realistic battle. You know, Battlefield Star Galactica, or I don't know.
then I have
Martin, good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for getting you into this.
Yeah, not your fault. Now I'm hooked.
Yeah, but Martin, you were faster than me.
Yeah.
My X-wing is still standing over there next to the Hornet. The Hornet, it's already got its primer paint on it. The X-wing, not yet.
Yeah. I was doing it in quite fast way. I was printing non-stop on my 3 printers, cleaning off supports, and I have the model all printed was 1.5 kilo of PLA, and I had 0.5 kilo of supports and some failed prints in a bag. So it was quite a lot of support cleaning and sanding down where the support was touching, and it was quite a project. But with the outcome I got, I'm so happy with it. I'm probably going to do the Millennium Falcon as well. That's going to be a little bit more than two-week project, I think.
When you run out of Star Wars models, let me know, Martin. I have about 10 or 15 other Star Wars models here.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I can give you the planter that I made, but it has nothing really to do with the real thing. My Star Trek planter.
Cool.
And you, Mia, what is your next project, or is it secret?
No, it's not secret. I will print the typewriter guy from Wellbot. I hope it will work out.
What is that?
He made a typewriter guy. You can get it from Gumroad.
Ah.
And this is
from Wellbot.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the next one I'm going to print.
Does he already launch it?
I think so.
I
think so.
Okay.
This is the one I want to print this weekend, and I honestly don't have any further plans on what I will find next. Some videos I have to do first.
And I think Kat already knows what my next model is, what I'm going to be printing as soon as I get some white filament.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
I'll just say Rocket and Groot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That collage, that's something I have to print. That's something I definitely have to print and paint.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I'm gonna play around over after Christmas, between after Christmas and before New Year, I will start playing around with my Palette Pro. Oh my God!
Oh,
I hope I can manage that. I think it's gonna be lots of work to do that.
Uh-oh.
Measuring and printing and failures, maybe testing, tinkering. Haare raufen. I don't know what this is in English. Haare raufen. I think I can do lots of that.
What was that again, Kat?
Haare raufen. When you're very upset, in German, there's a saying where you pull on your hair.
I don't know. There is an expression in English for that.
Yeah, maybe they have something else.
I would say going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look forward as well for my Palette 2. I sent them an email yesterday saying what is happening with my order, because a lot of people have them shipped. Then they had a look, and so they seem to have forgot my order.
Oh no!
And they were gonna sort it out for me, and I got a message today that they're on track. So my order got a confirmation of my order. So it was messed up in their system.
Oh my God. Poor guy. I know that you're already scratching with your feet on the ground.
Yeah.
And
Because
that's another saying, mit den Hufen scharren. It's you can imagine like a horse digging with his claws on the ground. This is a saying in German when you're very impatient for something to show up.
Yeah, like stomping on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I look forward to that, and I have no idea where to put like 4 types of filaments feeding through the unit. I have no space here to try me, so I have to work something out.
Okay.
Oh, if you need somebody to take your filament away,
Yeah. I have a quite good selection of filaments, mostly Filamentum and Prusa and Colorfab.
I ran out of white, Martin. I ran out of
Yeah, Kastner is saying Iceland is banned from the palette. I hope not. I'll probably get it.
Yeah, they should send you a kilogram or 2 of filament, for making that mistake.
Yeah, or upgrade to the Pro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ben ordered the palette too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Palm filament. I haven't.
What is that?
What Ben is asking, have you used the palm filament before?
What is that?
POM.
I haven't heard of that filament. He has to give us some explanation.
Yeah.
Where to find it?
Yeah, do type it out there, Ben.
Yeah.
Knack Design wrote just that he also had his. He got a palette, but he didn't have time to hook it up. Yeah, I think it's quite time consuming, so you cannot just hang it there and feed the filament in and just turn it on. I think you have to read yourself through some instructions first, otherwise it will be too frustrating.
Yeah, Chris Riley, he just got his and did a live stream. He just plugged everything in, loaded the filament, and started multicolor Benzi.
Yeah.
And he didn't calibrate anything, so the colors were all mixed up, and it finished.
Really?
A Benzi, but the colors were all over the place, so it didn't do any calibration.
Yeah. What I heard is that you can give the model stars, like 1 to 4 or 5 stars, like a rating, and then the unit seems to be like adjusting itself a little bit. Are you also part of this Facebook group? Did you join that one already? They have a Facebook group. I'm reading now and then, but I don't want to know too much because I want to have like the first time user experience, so I don't want to read too much.
Yeah. I saw some video where they were talking about the they have some like presets or something that they run through, and then you say, okay, this one is turning out better than the last one, and carry on. So,
okay.
Yeah, Kat, make sure that you read the handbook before you.
Yeah, that is typical me because I tend to not read them. This is my problem.
Make sure you read it.
Yeah.
I normally read the handbook before get the item because it takes a while to send to Iceland, and I go through all the manuals online and.
Okay.
Yeah, but
why aren't the other guys not joining in? There's so many Europeans here on the live chat. Why aren't they joining in? They're already in the pajamas or what? They don't want to, they haven't put on their makeup or what?
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Ben from Hawk already got an email with a link for the hangout.
Yeah, they should join in. Say hello to Mia, personally.
And
they will jump in if they have the chance. Maybe they have children or something going about.
Did somebody else promise to join in, or?
There was a lot of like maybes.
Okay.
So we'll just see how it turns out. Maybe people like Ian, he told me he was gonna try to join, but he wouldn't be able to make it in the first hour at least. So,
okay.
So he might jump on later time. So.
And Thomas and his makeup team was busy tonight.
Yeah, but on subject again, anything else that you've seen that you want to mention in the last year that you thought of that was a good idea, or some people showing up on YouTube that inspired you to do something or anything like that? Was there anything
I was in Helsingborg, and I saw that hang printer. That I think it was quite a outstanding project, but I don't remember the guy's name anymore because it's so complicated. But a very sympathetic guy, and this hang printer was really amazing. It's like a huge Delta printer. The motors are hanging from the ceiling, and then everything is hooked up on wires, moving on the floor. The print is just printing on the floor on some kind of mask with painter's tape, and then you can just print there.
Yeah, sorry, I was reading on chat. Yeah, the hang printer. Yeah, it's a Swedish guy.
Yeah. So sorry that I don't remember his name. And the multi. How can we forget? For E3D, the multi-material project that they have there with the tool changer.
Yeah, wow, tool changer.
That is amazing. I saw it in Sweden and also East Coast Web Festival. That is such a cool thing, and I wish I would be able to set it up myself, but I'm not into electronics and how do you say? You have to also code, and I'm not into that at all. So I think I will never be able to have such a kind of machine, but I think that is really amazing. And for the price that they will sell it, it's quite interesting for those who are able to do that.
Yeah, it's quite a project. I saw it at the Earth, and they were quite busy explaining to people what it was doing.
Yeah.
Chris mentioned it's Torbjörn Ludvigsson.
Yeah.
Torbjörn, yeah.
That's
the guy that is making pictures.
Torbjörn Ludvigsson, yeah. He's such a sympathetic guy, yeah.
And I have to agree with Kat that multi-material from S3D, that is really going to be interesting as soon as that is officially on the market, to where to a fair price, everybody can start either buying the kit and then buy one print head after another, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Because,
that's
yeah, you cannot only 3D print with it. You could use it as a robotic arm or as a CNC mill, or you could hook up, I don't know, any kind of thing that you want.
you could also put a laser print head.
Yeah, or like that. You can combine things. And I think that makes it really interesting.
Oh yes. Yeah, and of course that Prusa is coming out with a resin printer now.
Yep.
But it's out of my budget, you know. So
I just happened to watch this video today that he posted.
Yeah.
He posted a new video today showing how it's being made.
Okay.
And everything, you know, in the shop. You know, he made a little shop run through showing the different parts and everything that are being printed for it and everything.
Oh, okay.
And being printed on an MK3.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be interesting too. But most amazing thing that was that what I also saw from S3D with that multi-print head unit.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. I think that was what was that? A 300 by 300 base that he had there. I mean, if he has the possibility also to expand that, you know, to 400 or 500 or even more, that would even be better.
You mean a resin printer?
No, the from S3D.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I'm jumping around now. Okay, the bed should be a little bit bigger. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They can expand it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, next year I might start my next hypercube build. That's going to be a 300 by 600.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
300 by 600, and the height, I'm not sure if I'm going to stop at 500 or if I'm going to go higher.
Mm-hmm.
But I think 500 would be the limit.
Yeah, did you guys see the FK1?
Yes.
The printer that Glenn is doing? It's like 1.2 meter wide.
That is crazy, yeah.
That thing is absolute crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for him to say, I've printed a max-sized benchy on that one.
Yeah, he has plans for it. I think it's 600 in height and 1,200 millimeters in width. He could print Sander out in 1-to-1 scale, I think.
Oh my God!
It's huge project, but it's been interesting for me to see all the people building the hypercubes and even the printers like Walter was doing and John Mack did and showcased on Earth. They were building a hypercube that was with printed extrusions and all that, and your project on that you have there in the background doing your hypercube, and it's a lot of people that are building their own printers just to get more into 3D printing mechanics as a hobby, not just as a tool to make something, but having the 3D printer as the end goal, so to speak.
Yeah, I would also like to build my own 3D printer, and I would love to hook it up to a duet Wi-Fi, but I'm simply not capable because the electronic part I would struggle on, and I have nobody to ask here. My husband is not crafty in this kind of area, so I would need somebody here that I could ask. It's not so easy.
Hello, Kat.
Yeah, okay.
As soon as I get my Large X board, I will be done with the programming for it, so I'll be able to help you out.
Okay.
And the Large X board has also a Wi-Fi connection for it. There's a little board that you can buy for $7 extra, plug it in, and you have automatically Wi-Fi for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's something that I will try out. Programming for it should be easy. So I'm pretty sure I'll be able to help you out with that.
You know, I'm not even able to upgrade my Delta printer to a newer Marlin version because I'm simply afraid I don't know what to do, you know. I would love to have a BL Touch, a spare one, because at the moment I have to do the calculation manually. It has like a semi-automatic bed leveling, but I have to do all the calculation in Marlin. And I'm very proud that I can do that at least, you know. This was also the first printer that I assembled. And it's printing really nicely here in the background. I recently upgraded it to a hardened steel nozzle and a ultra base from Anycubic, and it's printing like a boss now, very nicely. But a touch probe would be really nice. Yeah. So, and also upgrading the Marlin, but I don't know how to do it. Did you ever do that kind of thing, Mia?
No, not yet. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I did was upgrading my ANET to the AM8, AM8, so it get the metal frame and you print all the parts, and that's that's the maximum I did with my printer, and there's more to come, I'm sure, but right now I simply don't have the time for that. I need my printers working for all the stuff I want to print.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, if you want to learn how to do like basic things, just like for your AM8 to enable thermal runaway in the Marlin software, look at Chris Riley's basement.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot of Marlin related videos and some pretty advanced, but also just the basics, how to upgrade to the newest version and do basic configurations and enable thermal runaway protection, for example. So that's definitely something that you could have a look at, and it's not so complicated if you just do one thing at a time and don't just open the file and try to edit everything. Just added one feature, upload the firmware, see how it behaves, and then you can slowly build up your configuration that suits you. And that's what I've done for my CR10. I have upgraded that one to 1.19. That's the latest version. I've done it in increments, just changing one thing at a time and optimizing and getting it to my liking and enabling features and such. So
the thermal runaway would be the MOSFET, am I right?
No, it's a protection that when you heat up the heater cartridge, and the firmware is listening to the thermistor, and if the heater cartridge has current sent to it, but the thermistor doesn't pick up any change in heat, it will disable the process. So like if you have a bad thermistor, it won't overheat and melt the heat block. So it's a safety feature, so it doesn't catch fire.
Okay.
So
that also applies to the heat bed.
Yeah.
I would be interested in that because I don't think that my Delta printer has anything like that. I would really be interested. So I think I have to take a look at that quite quickly.
So if you Google or search Chris Riley's channel for enabling thermal runaway protection for your printer, that's probably the first thing you should do on a printer that has it disabled, and the ANET it definitely has it disabled because it's been catching fire for people.
Okay.
Kat, Gusna wants to know if Stefan is close to you.
If you what?
If Stefan.
Okay. Is he far away from me? He's about 50 minutes of drive. So this was the reason why I could borrow this this resin printer that is just standing beside me from him. You know, the DAS. I cannot move it now because there's resin in the vat, and I'm so happy that I had the opportunity to loan it from him to print with it, and I will return it. I don't know, in 1 or 2 weeks. I'm just waiting for a replacement kit with the foil, so I can give it back to him with a new foil on there. and they're also going to send a bottle of resin, because I've used up some of his resin, you know, to make this video, and yeah. But I cannot keep it, you know. But it's nice to have him living not too far away. Let's see if he wants to have some contact. It would be nice, but I don't want to be too you know, aufdringlich. I don't know what the English word is for it. To bugging him too much, you know.
Yeah.
If you want to, you can also make a drive pass.
Oh.
You know.
But I think you live much further away from me, do you?
Oh, not too much. Not too much.
Yeah? Where do you live, Mia?
Norddeutschland, Leer.
Okay. So that's further away. Okay.
Mia is closer to me than you are.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. Yeah, maybe we can make a you know, visiting each other one day.
Oh,
you know?
that would be so great. I would love
Crossover.
that.
Yeah, Mia, you can come over. Why not? You know, if you do skiing or something, or sled riding, you're welcome.
Not yet.
Yeah, 3D Gustner is pointing out, Kat, if you have like a makerspace or hackerspace anywhere close to you.
Forget about that. You know, we have something here at a school, but I think it's more for children. And then there's a hackerspace, I think in Bregenz or Dornbirn. I will have to hook them up. But I think it's something like, you know, from America, where people come really every week and are really active. I think it's, you know, from what I could see on their website, they don't seem to be very active. That doesn't help me much, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's one makerspace or like a Fab Lab here in my neighborhood, and I went there a few times with my son when we were starting out, and there was basically one guy that was maybe 17 or 18-year-old, and after looking up maybe YouTube video for 1 week, I had more knowledge about 3D printing than he did. So even though there are makerspaces, it's difficult to find maybe a good advice. because this guy was taking care of the lasers and like silk printing, and he was running a huge amount of variety of devices. So 3D printing was just not his main focus, and I saw very fast that I had to just get my own printer and do my things on my own.
Yeah. So what is a topic that you would love to have but might never be able to have because it's too expensive or it takes up too much space? Yeah. So is there something?
Yeah, for me, I want to try to. I'm gonna buy a cheap airbrush kit to start to see if I'm any good at that. But it can be quite difficult here in the living room. I have to wait and see if that's feasible to do airbrushing here. So that's a project I want to try out, but I'm not sure that it's gonna work out just because of my limited space. I could go out to the garage, but it's a separate building for the apartments, so I have to go outside and into the garage, and it's full of all kind of crap, and I don't want to have to go outside every time I'm gonna do some painting. So that's a project I look forward to try.
Yeah, one thing's for sure, Martin, you're going to have some kind of a painter box.
Yeah.
You know, with covering on the back, on the top, and on the sides.
Yeah. So it will catch all the remains.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah.
I also thought I'm not talented at all with painting, but the airbrush would also be interesting for me. And if a friend of mine, he lives like 30 minutes away from me here, from where I live. He's a airbrush artist. He does such amazing work. And recently I gave him a model from the bearded man. I don't know if he's going to ever paint it, but I would love to see what it looks like, because I think he would do magic with that, you know. And he gave me the pistol, and he told me, okay, just try to draw a line. And it's it's not so easy, but I think once you get the hang of it, I think it should be lots of fun.
Yeah,
Oh, Don!
You guys.
You have a set of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got the hose, I've got the pump, but I have to get a couple of adapter tubes so that I can hook up this valve that I have right here. So that I've got to get an adapter tube so that I can hook it up to the pump, and then an adapter tube so that I can hook up the hose to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you haven't tried it. Yeah, you haven't tried it yet.
I've done some airbrushing a long time ago, but that was airbrushing in large scale, on cars. And this is what I'm going to do now, is only on models.
Yeah, is that device that you showed, is that like that takes out the water from the air, or what's the purpose of that unit?
This, you mean the control meter here. First off, it's a regulator. It regulates how much air is going to be coming out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it also collects the moisture down below.
Yeah, okay.
And I mean, this is a must. Normally, the pumps for airbrush, they already have that on it. But I got my airbrush pump. I bought that in eBay used, and there was only one picture from the box, and you couldn't see what is inside the box. But I got it cheap for around 30 euros or something like that last year.
Oh, okay.
And then I thought, okay, that's cool. When I got it, I opened it up, looked inside, and I was thinking, oh, this is super. There's no type of regulation valve on there, because you need this. Because you have to make sure that you're between 20 and 30 psi.
Yeah, I think the one I got from AliExpress or something. It cost like $40 US. It's just a small pump. I think I saw in the picture like a small thing to take out the moisture, but I'm not sure if it's any good. I just wanted to try it out and see if I find it too cumbersome to do it and do the painting and such, then I'll just be happy that I didn't buy the most expensive equipment. So I wanted to just try out the.
No, I'd say start out with something inexpensive. Yeah. Before you buy something really expensive.
Yeah, then you might not like it. If you buy a real expensive one, and then later you say, that's not the thing that I'm so interested in, then you have thrown out the money,
Yeah. So I thought it was like $40 to get it, and that's reasonable to test it out. And if it's
Martin, do you already have a airbrush?
No,
I don't have anything. So
okay.
It was like a full kit with everything.
Did you see that an NAK 3 Designs, he just posted in the chat a link with this air suction box? This looks really interesting. So I think this one is not too big, and I think that would be handy to have, to soak up the fumes right away.
Martin, one thing that you have to make sure when you buy an airbrush, make sure it has the double action. You have to push it down, so that the air will go into the tank to come out. When you pull it back,
then you can,
the amount of air that'll be going in there and coming out. That means the further back you pull it, the more paint is going to be coming out.
Yeah.
So that means with a push and then a little pull, you'd just be making a little squirt, a fine line of paint. Yeah. And if it's possible, you can get a set to where you have different nozzles for it. I have in this set here. On it is a 0.2, then I have a 0.4, and I have a 0.6 nozzle.
Yeah, I think the one I'm getting has like the ink on the top.
Yeah,
So
I've
it's
seen these.
gravity fed. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like this dual action or all that. I have to look it up.
It should be.
Have you tried airbrush, Mia?
No, not yet.
Is also something that you would like to try?
I was thinking to get a set for food coloring.
Oh.
So you can paint big cakes or decorations, but it's
that
so
sounds interesting. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I have the talent for that. Painting is really, really hard work for me.
Yeah,
I'm
me
better
too.
at sculpting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm terrible at drawing, but then when I tried to start with those landscapes, I found out I could do a decent job. And people look at my landscapes and say, "Ah, that's amazing."
Yeah.
But beforehand, I had no confidence in me doing any kind of painting whatsoever because I've never been good at drawing. But somehow this worked for me, and maybe airbrush the techniques is something I can do, and maybe not. But I want to find out.
You have to try to know.
Yeah.
Well, so sometimes you find out about a hidden talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, same with me, Martin. Same.
Yeah.
With,
Oh.
Yeah, that's so nice.
This is the Elder Lighthouse. You can find this in Thingiverse.
Yeah, that really. When I saw you painting that, I thought, oh my goodness, painting is not my thing, but I'd really love to try to paint that one too.
Yeah, this is acrylic that you can mix with water. And,
yeah.
I mean, I think I did a good job on this.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, it's coming out great.
Yeah, I even have some, on the rocks, I have some light green, dark green in there, and when you look at it, it looks like there's really some moss in the.
Yeah.
And, I mean, this is something you have to see with your eyes, but and I showed this to a shop that's a couple of doors away from me. And that guy, he does a lot of woodworking and painting, And I showed it to him, and he said, "Wow, Don, you did a fantastic job on this. How much would it cost me if you was to make me a couple of these?"
Wow! And did he give you an order?
He hasn't given me an order yet because I told him, "Do you want them printed or unprinted? Painted or unpainted?" Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he said, "Well, if you can paint that just like that too, that would be nice." And I looked at it and I said, "Well, you're going to have to think I need 2 days to print that, and then another 3 or 4 days to paint it." And we're talking about at least 100 euros per. Yeah. Looked at me with big eyes, like as if I was going to say, "Well, for $25 or something like that."
Oh my God! Yeah.
It's the same with my X-wing here that I showed you. I showed a colleague of mine this, and he said, "I want to buy this from you, just immediately." And I said, "Okay, I've been spending like 2 weeks of my life doing nothing else than just this, and just the material cost. It's like 2 rolls of filament and several cans of primer and paint. And when I started rounding up the costs, he just looked at me like I was a crazy person. Said,
oh God!
This is a hobby of mine. This is not a product I'm gonna mass sell out on the market. It's
art.
The value, so to speak, of it is not in the material cost. It's a hobby. You can't really put a price on such things."
Okay, that looks like a good start there, Marteinn.
Yeah, and one guy at work that I got into 3D printing, he just got this. He said it was working for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the pump is nicely hidden away in this white box, so it looks quite handy.
And
Yeah.
it looks like that regulator on top is for the airflow.
Yeah, I see here they say it's like a dual action air press. So it must have the thing that you were showing. With the
Very
air and then the paint.
Yeah.
Function. Yeah. So.
No, I think you'll be happy with that as a start. And of course, when you see, okay, this is super, this is something that I can really do, then you can always think about investing in other air pump, Yeah.
Yes, I was reading up. Some people were saying it's not very powerful. So if you're doing a lot of air pressing, you will find it to take a longer time because it's not very powerful. But for testing it out, I don't mind that. If I find it to be horrible for me to do it, I will be happy not have spent like $200 on a very expensive compressor and all that. So.
Marteinn, I'll show you mine.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
it looks like a dental one.
Yeah,
that looks like one that is on a dental.
Yeah. Here's
furnace.
I mean, I could attach the hose right to it. I could print right from it, but without a regulation, that's not good at all. But this one here is the PT 310. It's 75 watt. It has a RPM from 1,400.
Is it loud? Did you already try it? Because sometimes these things are quite loud.
It is a little bit loud. That's why I have a 3-meter hose for it.
Ah, okay. So you can just place it in another room.
Exactly. And I mean, if 3 meters is not enough, then I'll buy a 10-meter hose.
Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah. If you could place it in the next room, then
put it over there in the kitchen. Close the living room door. And
outside in the garage.
Unfortunately, I don't have a garage.
Hang it outside on the house wall, and so the neighbors will call you crazy.
3 meters. I can put the pump on the outside the window.
Oh, okay, yeah. Don, what are you printing there? Is it a herb grinder?
Do not ask me what I'm printing there.
It looks like a herb grinder.
Yeah. Yes, it is a herb grinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not for me. This is an order.
Okay. Oh, okay, cool.
Because the herbs that are grinded with that is something. One person told me I should use that as a painkiller, but I told him I don't want to walk around high all day.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you know what kind of herbs?
Yeah.
I think we all pretty know well which kind
No. That is not here in this house to find. But yeah, I mean, this is the second one that I printed. The buddy already came over, picked up the first one that I printed, looked at it. Oh, this is cool. Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, thank you. And I said, yeah, oh, thanks, €5, please. They said, oh, can you print me another one? I'll give you 10 tomorrow.
No, I think he's going to do a business with it, and you're just printing it for him, and I think he will sell for double price.
I don't care. He might be selling them with something else.
Oh God! And as a kit, huh? As a starter kit to a happier life.
Oh, this is gone bananas. Normally, the streams after the 2-hour mark, the streams go bananas, but we are just in a 1.5 hour, and it's
show me, show Mia your banana. It's so crazy. Your banana for scale.
Yeah. I use it then you have to measure out something. It's one banana.
Martin, how many bananas is the X-wing?
Yeah,
you should give that scale. That would be
yeah,
crazy.
like 3.5 bananas.
I thought it would be bigger.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, here in the group chat, Kat.
What? Don? What?
Google Hangout chat.
Yeah.
Google Hangout, left-hand side, up on the top. There's that blue icon.
Yeah.
Click on it.
Yeah, you can see a private message there. Yeah.
Ah, okay, moment.
Don't know.
Yeah, okay, I can see now.
Yeah,
Okay.
and another interesting channel that Gustner said.
Ah, okay.
Psychic Coyote King. That he has a lot to do with hypercube sensor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the main one is Tech2C.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Tech2C. And he also has the Thingiverse channel where you can get all the files.
Okay. I think my husband will kill me if I build another thing here. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 printers. Oh, holy shit.
Oh, great.
Holy shit. But 2 of them are not working at the moment, so.
Officially, I only have 1 because the hypercube is not finished.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, the hypercube would be finished sometime January, February.
Okay.
And Mia, you have the AM8, but do you have any other printers?
The Prusa MK3.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Without that one, the Prusa is great. I really, really, really love that printer.
Mia, do you have the MMU2 unit with it?
Oh, not yet. I love that so much. I'm saving money right now to get one. I really, really need this.
Okay.
Right now, all my color prints are with color swaps, and oh.
Yeah, that can be tedious to change filament.
Yeah, Martin knows exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I decided on the Palette 2. I wasn't sure if I should get the MMU or the Palette 2. We were talking about it on Twitter, and then the Palette 2 was announced like a pre-order, and you could save a little bit money of the pre-order. I decided to jump on that, and look forward to try that.
The Palette 2, it's best, for example, if you have a lot of different printers.
Yep.
Because that can be connected for any printer.
Yeah.
Of course, the MMU unit is only for the Prusa.
Yeah. I'll probably start with having it on the MK 2.5 because the CR10 is giving me enough trouble. I'm always fixing it and doing some upgrades, and it's been quite a project on my YouTube channel to do upgrades and fixes on it.
I thought you were finally finished with the upgrades on that one.
I think it will be an everlasting project to get that printer in a good shape. But
isn't that normal? Isn't that normal?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think there were so many things broken out of the box with my printer. There have been so many faults and failures with the original hardware, and I got a really, really bad one. And I know a lot of people have got the CR10 and got quite good experience with it, but mine was a piece of crap from the start.
Yeah, so you got a Monday, we would call it in German a Monday model.
Yeah. We have the same.
Montagsmodell.
Yeah. We have the same thing here.
Yeah. Okay.
Same with my 1HAL D9.
Really?
My 1HAL D9, when it came, the Y carriage was not tightened down. The screw for the bed mounting underneath where the wheels are, one of those was broken. And when I finally got repair parts for that, and finally figured out how to tighten down the bed, you know, because the bed was loose, the motor was loose. You didn't know, does it have to be exactly in the middle? Does it have to be a little bit more to the right or to the left or whatever, you know, because of the automatic bed leveling, yeah? Yeah, and I found out now it should be about 1 centimeter more to the right, because when it goes over to the right-hand side, the ABL sensor is outside from the bed. Yeah, and then then the problems that I was having with the ABL system, and then I mean, one house sent this to me. They didn't tell me that it was a beta unit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and after about 2 months of chatting with some other guys, found out that that is a beta unit that I got sent.
Yeah, it's difficult when you have the expectation of getting a final working product, but then you find out, like you said, after 2 months, it's just a beta, and you can't have any expectation of it ever working properly.
Yeah, I have this. I have this problem with my craft pot. You know, I bought it arrived in May, and this, I know, once in a while it has halfway decent prints, but once in a while I give up on it, and then I tinker on it again, and then I give up on it again, and then I had so many nozzle clogs, and I think now around the next few days I will start tinkering on it again. But maybe I also had like a Monday model, because others seem to have good results, and I'm not really giving up on things, so I don't blame it on me, really.
And to answer Chris Garrett's question, he's asking me, is there any positive review of the D9? He hasn't seen one yet. Chris, to answer that question, you will find a lot of videos out there. Even if you check my channel and you go to the D9 playlist, you can find all the videos from me from the start, where I received it. You can see a video how UPS unloaded that thing from the truck. And you can see right from the beginning all the problems that I had with this D9. I had a default in the print head. I had cables burning on the print head. You know,
Oh my God.
I had a fire on the print head.
Wow.
The heat cartridge overheated and started burning the plastic that was on the side. That was only a little fire, but you know, I had the D9 right there. So when that happened, you know, I was able to react quickly. Yeah.
Imagine it would have happened if you weren't there.
Imagine if it would have happened and I was 15 meters behind in the bed, sleeping at night.
Yeah.
Because long prints do run on this printer, and I've had this thing printed. For example, the nozzle from that Battlestar Galactica, that was almost 3 days print. 3 days and 3 nights, because I started it the first night, second night, the third night. Yeah, and on the third day, it was finally finished.
Yeah, it's difficult.
It is difficult. And unfortunately, in this apartment, the landlord has not put in any smoke or fire detectors yet.
Yeah.
Even though she knows that she has to do it.
Yeah, that was the first thing I did when I got my printers. I put a fire detection right on top, so if something would happen, I would get notified. Yeah,
somebody here, TK 3D prints that he heard my cat. Yeah, she's on the floor, but I cannot convince her that I could lift her up. She wants to stay on the floor. And I don't have I would have to move the second chair over here. Maybe then I could convince her. I'll try. I'll try if she wants to join in. I'll be back in a moment because I also need to go somewhere. Be back in a moment.
Yeah. Did you get this this T-shirt.
I still have to, but you know, as it's also such a stress, but I really want to have it, and then you know we should run around at Murph wearing that. That would be fun. Yeah, that's so cool.
Look the
so
cover
cool.
on it.
Let's hear for the cat. Oh,
Yeah. This is a comment I got on one of my videos when.
I hope somebody films that when you two are there.
Yeah, it's quite funny because normally my cats were jumping on and I don't mind them. They're usually just watching what I'm doing and they become like a part of my videos. And sometimes when I do a video and there's no cat in the video, I get a comment, "Where's the cat? Where is the cat?" And so he's a big part of my channel.
Yeah, Knack 3D is the design. He just wrote. He just realized he doesn't have a smoke detector in his new makerspace that he moved into a few months ago. Now he knows what he has to buy tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, and it's a cheap device compared to the damage a fire can do.
Yeah, definitely.
Over here, in the meantime, it's a law that every apartment has to have them in there.
In
Yeah.
each etage, what's the word? On each floor.
Yeah, on each floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know down below me there's fire detectors there, but not here in this apartment.
Okay.
Yeah, Jake from the State Farm is saying it was probably him that left that comment. It was quite good. Yeah, and 3D Gustner is leaving. He said bye, everybody. So take care.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. So for 2019, is there anything that you know of that you're like waiting to buy or getting that you are holding off? You want to see and get? Yeah, resin printer. Yeah.
Definitely a resin printer.
Yeah.
For me, it's the MMU 2.
Yeah.
That's the thing I really, really, really need to have.
Yeah. Especially based on your models.
Yeah.
Definitely good use. Yeah. I put your Thingiverse page in the video description so people can look up your designs.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
What did you just discuss when I was away?
Yeah, I was just asked if there was something that you were planning to buy or get in the 2019 that you were holding off to buy or purchase.
Yeah, at the moment I'm lucky. Maybe I need some little bits and pieces for my casting project downstairs, but at the moment everything seems to be okay. It took me like four or even 5 years to buy all the parts that I needed for my project. So, yeah.
And hi, Wilbot. Welcome to the stream tonight.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Oh, he should join in, but I think it's crazy time for him now, huh?
Yes, excuse me for a second.
Yeah.
And Kat, you have a connection to TK now, I hope. Yeah.
Is it the link that you posted in the other chat or?
TK here in the chat.
Oh, okay.
If you have any future questions about resin printers, just ask him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that is the guy to contact.
Okay.
He has the Moai and also the Photon.
Okay.
Yes, he has the DLP and the what's the other printer called?
LCD.
LCD. Yeah.
Yeah, I have also both here at the moment. Because I have this DLP printer that has a very tiny build plate, and the other one that I have here, from Stefan from CNC Kitchen is the LCD, but I have to return it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
SLA. Yes. Yeah.
Ah, so that would be the laser.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to have a laser, laser cutter. Woo! But you need so much space for it, and yeah, then you need extra suction, and yeah, that is so fascinating. I love that stuff.
You're gonna have to jump in on my live stream, Kat.
Mm.
When I do one tomorrow. There is the Mr. D, the Dwayne.
Mm-hmm.
He designed a laser cutter.
Wow.
That has frame size is 500 by 500, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And right now he designed all the parts to print, for the carriage and everything.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah. So you only have to get 20 by 20 extrusions for that. And he's experimenting right now with a 4-watt laser.
Mm-hmm.
See, how many passes does he need for 5 millimeter acrylic glass?
Okay.
Or how much power does he have to put on it to etch leather?
Oh, okay.
He's already done etching on metal, yeah, and on leather too. Everything came out super, I must say. But yeah, that's one guy, and I'm pretty sure when he gets the design finished, he's going to be putting it up on Thingiverse.
So it's a DIY laser.
Yeah.
So,
a DIY, yeah.
DIY.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to have a laser here in the living room.
Yeah, that one you would definitely have to move to the garage.
It only stinks when you're cutting wood or plastic.
No.
If you're etching, it doesn't stink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just showing Velbot the print I have here in the background. It's
a model? Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a Star Destroyer. It's in 200% scale, and I ran out of the yellow filament. I had to change over to a new roll. Didn't have any more of the yellow, so that's printing away there.
Yeah, I also want to print it, but at first I want to get all this Christmas stuff finished. In the back on the Delta, there's something printing now with a probe I got from Eson. This new silk filament. It's really nice.
Martin, is that the Star Destroyer that you posted?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a model that Velbot made.
Yeah.
So on his camera.
I healed it for him, so he was sending me the file, and then I sent it back. It was blown up like 200 megabyte or more, and then he calculated it down. Oh, look, here is Siegfried. Another cat.
Yeah.
He's the one that comes on the table, but the other one is too heavy.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he's such a cute guy. I love red cats. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. My cat can watch me for, like, when I got the printer, I was spending a lot of time just watching the print and see how everything goes. And very often my cat just sat in my lap or next to me watching the printer as well. So we were standing in front of the Prusa, and I got that one.
Really?
2 hours, I and the cat watching it move. We are both just as excited about the thing that we got. It was good.
Do your cats also do that? I'm not interested in your butt. I'm interested in your face.
They all do it.
Yeah.
Come here, turn around, guy. I don't want to look at your butt. No, he's not stinking.
Just let him fart.
I know it's not Secret and Roy. My other cat is called Mau Mau because she always meow, meow, meow. Now she's a Maine Coon and she's very talkative, so I just called her meow, meow. And a friend of me told me that that Mao in Chinese means cat.
Yeah.
Logical, huh?
Yeah.
Logical language.
Yeah. Yeah. But how are you doing any like prints for Christmas? You did some ornaments, Kat, I was seeing.
Yeah, I printed lots of little snowflakes, and at the moment I'm printing some kind of thing. I don't know if it's a bulb that you just hang on the tree or if it's the thing that goes on top. I'm not quite sure. And I printed this Merry Christmas thing here. And in the back I have lots of glitter, so you put on some glue, and then it's like a salt, you put on the glitter and then it dry. But it's out of my reach now, so I cannot show you. Yeah, I'm still not finished. My husband, he's always, when are you finished? You're printing and printing and still have nothing to show to put on the Christmas tree. And I said, yeah, but I want to glitter it too.
Yeah, I'm doing. Just finished a series of those ornaments.
Oh, cool.
Model that Joe Telling was showing off on his video. He went to Siemens in the UK.
Nice.
There was an internal like competition of creating a model, and
okay.
got them to share this model. So I've been printing, like I have a full bowl of it. So I have to put string into the through a hole and put it on the tree.
Nice, very nice.
It's all printed in a polyalchemy elixir. So
I have to get some shimmer, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I printed out some like round items and showed my wife if she was happy with it, having it on the tree, and she no, it's too rough. So using the polyalchemy filament is that would work. I showed her this, and she said, "Okay, this is gonna work."
Yeah, I did lots of these little tiny snowflakes. They're really so tiny, and I printed them just with natural PLA from Eastern that I have lying around, and I never knew what to print with it. And I think this turned out really nicely. They have no stringing and nothing. I'm really astonished.
Yeah.
So high in detail.
Then I did those. Those are like tags to put on packages. It's just a thin print with a Christmas tree and Yule 2018 or Christmas 2018. So
nice.
on the back we write the recipient of the packets. Those are some tags I did, and I printed a lot of those trees and glued to the wall with some double tape all around the TV in the living room here.
Yeah, I can also see the stars on the background, the yellow ones.
Yeah,
those are also nice.
Those stars on the Christmas tree they're printed here and also on the wall where the TV is.
The only thing I made was some cookie cutters for friends.
Wow. Yeah, those are also very satisfying because you can print them really quickly, huh?
Yeah, well, I printed about 10 different ones and put them in bags.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Not only classics, but there's also Tom and Jerry in there. There's a teddy bear in there. There's a laughing deer head in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And a dog bone.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I printed a couple of sets out. Gave one to a friend. Gave one to a good girlfriend. Told them both, try them out. Let me know if that's okay. Yeah. And, well, the girlfriend told me, no problem, done. And,
did they use it already?
And I'm not sure. Now, my buddy, he tried it out. He said they worked good, but the dough was not good. He told me he had to throw the cookies away.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's making a new batch. Otherwise, he would have brought them today.
Mm-hmm.
And that good girlfriend that I have, she told me that she'd make a nice bag of cookies for me too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just waiting for those.
Yeah, and you, Mia, have you done any Christmassy items?
Yeah, I did some for my mother. I created an advent calendar for her, and so she sends me every day a picture what she got
cool.
out there. There were some bells in there, and I created some Christmas ornaments for the window with organza. What is it called? It's a thin fabric
Mm-hmm.
to print within.
Ah, okay. You did that. You tried that technique. It's nice. Wow.
It's actually pretty easy. You just have to make sure the fabric is really lying flat, so that the printhead doesn't bump against it, and then you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, did you start by printing and then putting the fabric on and
Yes.
continue printing?
Exactly. You print 2 or 3 layers, stop, put the fabric on top, and start again. And you can set in Cura, for example, the pause.
Yeah.
So it just stops there and waits, and then you can resume, and you can finish the print. And with the Prusa, it's pretty easy because the MK3 has the magnetic bed, and you can use magnets to hold the fabric down, which makes
so
it
stretch
really,
it
really
over.
easy.
Cool. That's a good idea. Yeah.
That's cool. That's something I would love to try out too.
Yeah, there was one guy at Earth. You probably seen him. He was like having like scales and all sorts of items printed with the fabric infused into the print. It's looking cool.
Yeah, I mean, oops, my cat got caught. He got caught on a. No, he's upset. Okay, excuse me.
Cat has a cat problem.
He was caught with his claws in my shirt, and then he got panicked, and then I tried to release him. I think you know that, Martin.
Yeah, like my chair. So it's all messed up. The cats they destroy everything.
Yeah. Especially when they get in panic, you get like big scratches everywhere.
Mia,
excuse me.
Mia Wellbot wants to know, where are the ones you posted pictures of a while ago?
Which ones? The Christmas ornaments or
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Probably Allgemein.
David Shorey is his name. Yeah, he's a very nice guy.
Yeah.
You know, the guy with the fabric.
Yeah. There's a lot of things you can do. Like you're into cosplay using that technique.
Mia, do you also have a web page, or do you plan to have one where you can show all the?
Have a domain, but I don't use it yet.
Okay,
because
so another project, huh?
Yes, another project. I have so many of them. I need to finish them. I'm not really sure which kind of content to put in, to be honest.
There you go. Wellbot says not where the decorations she was talking about, the same ones she posted pictures of. Huh?
I
posted so many.
Yeah, where?
On Twitter.
On Twitter, yes.
On Twitter, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you just go to her account and then just choose media, and I think then everything should pop up. Am I right? But yeah, you might have to scroll down quite a bit.
Okay. That means you're going to have to check out Mia's channel.
The Twitter is, if you want to see what I'm doing, Twitter is the first way to go, because I usually, Twitter I use daily.
Okay.
Yeah, looking at the picture of the rose that you did, that was quite amazing.
Thank you.
And you're just printing like thin prints, and then just using a heat gun or to deform them. Or what was the process?
It is thin petals. They are sized from this to this. So in the middle you have thinner petals, which wrap around the centerpiece. And the centerpiece, I attach them with a lighter. So I burn the tip off and put it on the centerpiece. And then I use a hairdryer to wrap them around.
So you can deform them with a
Yes.
hairdryer. Yeah.
And
Yeah, you should definitely make a film about it. Definitely.
Yes, I will.
So really cool part that you did there.
I can get it if you like.
Yes, that would be nice.
Okay, just a second.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good when people like take this do something with a print to create a thing. Beside, it would be very difficult to model object like that, like the rose. If you're gonna do it in one print, it has to be like put together like that.
Wow.
Still had it lying on the table. So I hope you can see it. Here it is.
Wow. Wow, that is so nice.
It's a little bit too big, I think.
Yeah, no, but I think in that size it's better to handle. If you would make it so tiny, then it would be flimsy maybe to handle, to wrap, to do this wrapping.
I think there are a little bit too many petals on.
I have a rose like that in my garden that has
Really?
is filled like that. Yes, I can show you. Yeah.
I don't know if you can see the thin parts. These are formed with a lighter. I left the outside of the petals a little bit thinner, so they are naturally curling inside as soon as you attach them to, you bring heat to them, which creates this natural look. At least I was hoping, and it worked, and I'm quite happy it did.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing how good it is. It's a lot bigger than I could imagine from the pictures. I thought it was like just like
me too.
That was 3D printed.
Yes.
Nice.
Incredible. I know. I don't know what the rose is called, but I think in German they say Teerose.
Yeah.
And they are filled like that. They are really filled like that. So it's really something that exists, like having so much petals. It is like that. Yeah, definitely.
But I think if I make the video, I will use less petals.
Yeah. But you could make a fast forward picture, where everything is Zeitraffer. What is it in English? Oh my God.
Time lapse.
Yeah, time lapse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. I use that technique for my 3D printed hand and knitted handbag. Fast forward.
Yeah, I do it sometimes when I do the landscape videos. It's like 5 times the speed I'm painting.
Yeah.
So it's like I absolutely know what I'm doing when I'm painting. So super fast speed. It's good fun. Yeah, but now we are at the 2-hour mark, and what we have done normally at the 2-hour mark is just to go over introductions again. Just people who are dropping off, or people in the chat are dropping off. So we'll do just another round of introductions where people can find you and such on social media. So starting with Kat.
Okay, so here again, I'm Kat. Katja, my name is Kat 3D on social media. I'm kind of everywhere, but mostly you can find me on Twitter, and I have a small little YouTube channel where I talk about practical printing, little bit of crossover and trying to print some jewelry in the future, talking about different techniques. I've printed a handbag that where I also use knitting and crocheting to create something, and I don't know where the future will bring me, but I think it will be a little bit more of jewelry.
Yeah, thank you. And Mia?
Hi, I'm Mia. Most know me from Twitter as DasMia3 or just DasMia. And I'm usually creating colorful things, creating my own designs. And yeah, I love color, I love glitter filaments, everything that pops.
Yeah, thank you. And Don?
Yeah, I'm Don, the 3D, the German 3D printing nerd here on YouTube. And for Twitter and Facebook, well, just check the links down below. You'll find me there. And I am the one that is for everything to have that has to do with fantasy, dragon models, or mainly science fiction.
Yeah, thank you. And I am Marteinn from the 3DP Iceland channel. And I do a little bit of everything, filament testing and painting those landscapes. That's one of the things I do. I recently did the X-Wing model. I'm going to switch over the close-up camera and show you. This was quite a project doing this model. It's a 42 or 43 part model. It's quite good fun to print and paint. I had so good time doing that. I'll probably do a Millennium Falcon next. So I'm moving into Star Wars objects, doing that. But 3DP Iceland is my YouTube channel and my Twitter. Like Don said, the links are in the video descriptions to all of our channels. So if you want to check it out, you can check those links and check our videos and subscribe and follow on Twitter as well. So that's me. And I just want to carry on. I just want to get the outros out of the way at the 2-hour mark, so we can continue the chat.
So how many people are in the chat at the moment? Because I detached the chat from the main window where I could see how many people are in here.
Yeah, there are 15 people at the moment.
Oh wow! Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's been like 10 to 15 people most of the time.
Yeah.
That's good.
So is your partner around, Mia? Because
yeah, he just came down.
Yeah. Okay.
Upstairs.
Okay. Yeah, I heard my husband the same moment you were looking up. I heard my husband on the walking around because we have a wooden floor and it was crackling and I could hear it to my earphones.
Yeah, I met this driving home in the States. We get usually people that are just listening in from the States, but they're at work at the time we start the streams, so they have difficult time to join in, but they have quite a number of people from the States watching.
Yeah, it's other way around. When I know this is why I never joined the American stream, because it's just a crazy time for us to you have to get up at like 4 o'clock or something. It's crazy, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Now in the winter time, it's 3 o'clock for me in the morning.
Yeah.
In the summer at 2 o'clock in the morning, and when I've been joining, I just don't go to sleep. Just hang on and usually after two hours of streaming, I'm all beat up. Like in 5 o'clock in the morning, it's quite
I can imagine.
But I've been on several of the streams, and especially before when we had only the US streams. And
Yeah, you were very active on that other one too, huh?
Yeah. But now
That's
when we got
nuts.
the European streams, I've been enough on a few, but normally not staying for too long.
Mm.
Like the day after, it's difficult.
Yeah, I can imagine you're like sleeping away all day long, huh? I got this thing here finished, but I don't like the tip. I forgot to slow down up here.
Yeah, it's like a spiral.
Yeah, it's like a spiral, but it's kind of fun to look at, you know. Don't know what to do with it now.
Yeah, but the model is a spiral, so it's a continuation of.
Yeah. I made it hollow inside to save some filament, but I should have printed this with Simplify 3D, where I could have made it two apart. Print, you know, to slow it down up here. Yeah. Now it looks like a corkscrew, you know.
Yeah. Is it in the same direction as the swirl in the model?
Yeah, funny it is. Yes.
Yeah, so then it's okay. That is just the part.
You know,
of
my yeah, but I think you cannot see it. The camera is not good enough. It looks funny. Yeah. Just wanted to see because, you know, it looks nice. This filament that they sent me there. Just a small probe.
Yeah, I posted a picture on Twitter earlier.
Oh, nice!
This is printed on the Prusa with the Prusament filament, and it's awesome in detail. It's absolutely flawless on the Benzi.
Yeah, I love that blue.
Yeah, it's absolutely no issues in that Benzi. It's absolutely perfect. It's this cat model, different cat. So smooth, and this is printed at 0.2 millimeter layer height.
Oh wow!
And it's absolutely stunning.
Wow!
I was doing those prints and put a picture on Twitter. This the zero layers a lot. It's amazing how good. Because that the Prusament has really good tolerance, and this spool I got. They say the maximum tolerance for this spool was let me see.
That's really small. I bought a roll of black, but I didn't use it yet. I just wanted to keep it for holidays now.
0.013 millimeter is the tolerance of this particular spool. So it's amazing.
Crazy
consistency and the sides of the model. It's super smooth.
It's amazing how much of a difference this makes. I wouldn't have imagined that the tolerances would have such an impact on the models.
Yeah, I was quite amazed how when I looked at this, it was just like out of the world.
And that's the model that will float in water too.
Yeah, this is working.
It's floatable, I think. Yeah. I downloaded them already, but I didn't print them yet. They're so awesome. They have, I think, a whole fleet of different models, huh?
Yeah, it's really high detail in this model, and it's. But this one is. I haven't put this one in water, but it's supposed to float, not like the normal Benzi that just goes on the side. Yeah, it's a azure blue that people are pointing out. That's the name of the filament from Prusa. Absolutely, it's just absolutely the best print I've ever made with the printers I have.
Really? Wow. Okay. Cool. Nathan, I will also give it a try. Of course, I don't have a Prusa, but I will try if I can obtain something similar on my Delta.
Yeah, it's now my Prusa is printing away at 200 millimeters per second.
Wow, what are you printing there?
Landscape
or?
No, it's a small shelf. I can
okay.
Show you the model. I'm just gonna share the screen. So this is a model. This part goes to the wall, and this is a top side. So it's just a custom shelf. I posted a story about this on Twitter today because my wife asked me, she needed a shelf for some things, and she asked, can you design and 3D print a shelf for me that looks similar like that? And I just said, yeah, I can. So I made this model, and it's printing away now. So
Okay.
Nice.
yeah, Carl saw that tweet. It was like a 3D printer's relationship goal win to have your wife asking for you to design and print something.
Yeah. So what does your husband say about 3D printers, Mia? Does he say such a nonsense, or did you already make him fascinated about your hobby too, or what does he think about it?
He is not very interested in 3D printing, but every now and then he needs something 3D printed.
Okay. That sounds great.
It's handy for him. But
I was about to say, until they need something from you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same. I fixed several things around the house just by designing and printing away some things, and like small things like a small hook to put on a wall to hang up my son's school bag. And we were talking about he would need to have this hook on the wall to put his school bag up. And my wife told she would go to the hardware store and just buy one hook, and I said, no, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna design one and 3D print one and put one up with a double tape. So if you can get a few of those prints around the house, then your husband will, your husband will see the light.
Yeah, nice.
I had to design in Tinkercad a adapter that I could slide over the round tube between my two monitors, slide over that, and then have a plate on the back side so that I could screw down the boom mount for my web camera that I'm using.
Okay, that sounds interesting. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have two monitors, and then Martin did it really easy.
Yeah, you see, I have this gap, and this is like the stand for the monitors, and then I made this small bracket to put on the webcam.
Yeah.
So this is just a very simple, practical print that I did.
My adapter is a little bit more complicated because my monitors are really close together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the tube comes all the way up to the top of the monitors. So I thought, okay, that's a perfect place.
Yeah, my webcam is just sitting on top of my iMac. I have this huge iMac, and this is why the angle is so steep. Sometimes I move up the chair so I get a little bit of better angle like that.
There you go. Now you're looking a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
And here you can see another practical print.
I saw that before. That looks interesting.
This is just a IKEA lamp, very cheap. It's not like a mic boom. So I just removed the lamp and made this adapter. And this is just a Logitech camera and like a ball part that goes into the plastic. And I can move this around, and this is another sample of a small but practical print.
Yeah, I think I have the same one here.
Yeah,
it's very cheap lamp, isn't it? Like 12 to 13 euro. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the same, just in white.
Yeah. It's nice. A good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Garrett, he says simple but effective.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was looking for like a same apparatus just to have a mic, and it was so much more expensive than to just get this IKEA lamp and get this part done and having it like this. And this has been working for me for a long time, and it's it's a simple simple project.
Where did you get this metal ball thing that is in inside this plastic thing there?
Yeah.
Where did you get that? The lower, yes.
Yeah, this one. This was part of the original tripod that came with the camera.
Ah.
So
okay.
it was like a mini tripod that you put on the table.
Yeah, yeah.
So this was part of that.
Hard. Because I also have this setup. You know, I think then it should be this here, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I could also try that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just gave me an idea because I'm fed up with putting my cameras on these tripods and then they always fall over and not so handy.
Yeah. It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I printed mine, and this was in ABS. This was I had this on my printer when I was getting the Prusa, the first printer. I got a roll of ABS in a similar color as the Prusa parts, and printed out all the plastic parts for the Prusa to have a spare parts. And then I did this one in ABS as well, and it's been working quite well.
Okay. Cool. I'll be back in a moment. I have to switch off the printer. It's annoying me, the fan.
Yeah.
And Mia is sitting there just being quiet. Mia?
I was in thoughts. I'm sorry.
I was thinking you're just sitting there being quiet.
That's true, because my mind just was wandering around.
Yeah, that
happens sometimes.
Yeah, that starts to happen when we have a long stream. People get carried away.
Martin, you don't know what long stream is.
Yeah, I've been on your all day streams, but I can't believe how long you can make it from the start to finish. Doing
8 hours the max.
Yeah.
8 hours the max.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we always have a good time there.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not only talking about 3D printing.
Yeah, I know.
No religion, no politics, please.
Yeah, that's better.
But we can talk about everything else. No, I'm talking about
so that. who is going to join and the next one, the next stream, the US stream that is going to be the last one this year?
Yeah.
The time when that starts, I'm laying flat in bed.
Yeah, I'll probably try to join. It's like a recap of 2018, similar subject as this one we had. So I'm gonna try, but sometimes I plan to go on, but if I go to bed and plan to wake up, I normally don't wake up.
Yeah, it's hard to get up, when you're in a deep sleep REM phase, and then you have to get up and then not doing yourself. Okay, yeah. So you have some sleeping tablets.
Yeah,
I have to take those to sleep.
Yeah, same with me. If I take my medicine when I'm going to bed, I'm not going to wake up.
Okay.
At 3 o'clock in the night.
Okay.
My doctor's asking me, normally at the end of the month I have to order a new pack. My doctor's asking me, why did I not order a new pack?
Okay.
I had to lie to him and tell him that I still have it for a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There were several nights I wasn't taking them because I was up until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning because of live streams.
Yeah. So I'm getting a bit hungry. I don't know if I think I will.
No.
No? I want to eat something. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, I think it's been a good stream. I'm getting a little bit tired as well, so I think it might be a good time just to end the stream.
Hey,
so
I'm 61. You young guys.
you're on cigarettes, you know, so that doesn't count. You know, when you're smoking, you're not hungry anymore. But I'm not smoking, so I need to eat something.
Hey, I ate something before this stream started.
Really? I should have. I should have had. Maybe it was a problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think we'll just say our goodbyes on at stream. I thank everybody that has been watching, taking part in the chat, and for you guys taking part in the stream. I will end the stream after you say your goodbyes, but so yeah.
Okay, I'll start. So I will do like always. I will give you a kiss and say, see you soon. Virtual hugs are always good. And have a nice Christmas and maybe a nice Sylvester if we don't see each other or hear each other before the New Year. Yeah. And looking forward to the next stream with you guys. And I hope Mia will join in again and hope I can convince her to create her own YouTube channel. That would be nice. Okay.
Bye.
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 Yeah. See you guys.